You see, most people get into this industry because they want to become the next success viral stories of the guy or girl that makes 10, 20, 30K a month in their first month as a copywriter, as a total beginner. And that just wasn't me though. I wanted to make enough money to quit my job at an Amazon warehouse and be able to travel the world and go back to live in my home country. But what no one tells you when you join this industry is that the people making money extremely fast in this game is the guy selling courses on how to become a copywriter. I didn't know that then, so I followed their advice. Most of it was straight up garbage because most of them, dude, they don't even write themselves. They couldn't even tell you who their real clients are. But 4 years later, and I've had the opportunity to work as a creative director or a copywriter at brands like Moves Method, Jeremy Miner, Clark Keeley, and a handful of other 7, 8, and even 9-figure creators online. And I made a ton of mistakes, man. And in this video, I'm gonna show you what I would do differently if I had to start all over in 2025. But what I want you to know is that I don't have a viral blow up. Like I made 30K the first day I stepped into this industry. My story is less glamorous, but it's an honest one because I'm not afraid to admit, dude, that until not that long ago, I was an introvert who was terrified of speaking to clients, but I did stick around, and making money with copywriting is real. What I learned is that brands the likes of the Dankos, Jordan Petersons, Cody Sanchez's, and people who are actually producing legit stuff, not the gurus, man. I'm talking people who you can actually find their work at a Barnes and Nobles. Like these guys are looking for a very particular player. And it's not the copywriter with the copy and paste email template or the fly-by-night guy who's hopping from one scheme to another one. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what they're looking for. So do not skip any steps because every bullet builds on each other, starting from the first one. And I hope you don't mind because I'm getting a little caffeinated here with my yerba mate. So we'll dive in right now. So the first thing I would tell myself is to stop trying to be the next blow up, the next $10,000 a month in 30-day success story. Because for most people, it's straight up delusion. And also what the gurus don't tell you is that stories out there are lies by omission. So let me explain. So a guru will say, totally new beginner copywriter made $10,000 a month in their first month with absolutely no experience. And it is true, that person didn't have copywriting experience, but what they don't tell you is that maybe one, this guy got lucky and wasn't able to replicate that month the next month, or two, this person had previous experience on something else which allowed the copywriting results to happen extremely fast. Maybe it was a skill like sales, or maybe a network. But when a guy who was just starting out like me back then comes and tries to replicate these results, who has no experience, is working a full-time job and barely speaks any English, good luck trying to get those results. Sure, this ideal will get you motivated and help you get far more ahead than if you don't do anything, but most often than not, dude, it just discourages the hell out of you because just the timeframes are not realistic. It's a game that is rigged against you. Sure, have a financial goal, something you want to hit, but as a beginner with no copywriting skills, no business acumen, thinking you're going to hit 10K a month, thinking that people would just hand you money just like that, that is straight up delusion. I'll tell myself to focus on problems. So look at problems that the market's facing, work hard, acquire the skills to solve those problems. And when you do that, man, it's almost impossible for you not to get paid because you're not just relying on some hope that you're going to make that kind of money. You're actually relying on a skill set that is valuable to the marketplace, which makes the results come easy. But like I said before, 10, 20, 30K months are totally possible. Not 1 month, but every single month. But it all comes down to this mindset, slow is fast. You see, Italy has this trend where instead of focusing on cooking 1,000 fast food dishes, they focus on cooking one dish extremely well. This concept is called slow food. And what allows them to do is to be able to produce something of extreme quality, something that is thoughtful, something that is deliberate, something that is exactly what dream clients want, allowing them to charge 10x the price of what a fast food dish is. I tell you this because all these gurus are flooding the industry with copywriters who come from the copy and paste model. And in the eyes of business owners, they are nothing but fast food, like the cheeseburgers at McDonald's and Wendy's. But I want you to ask yourself, do your dream clients want fast food or do they want somebody who's actually taking the time to learn the business model, acquire the skills, and holds themselves like a professional? If the answer is, yeah, they want quality, this is what I'll tell myself, slow down, polish your skills, make sure that everything you do is in excellence, be a professional, communicate well, start acting like a business owner and not just some random kid in a basement trying to make money quick. Because slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And in reality, man, when you do things really well, all it takes is one client to change your entire life. And this is what happened to me. As I've said before, I landed one client and I've been working with this same person, has been giving me business for 5 years. And that is not the only one. I have more clients, but that is just one person that I've been able to keep for 5 years, and not 1 month, not just a 5 set of emails. 5 years. I want you to put that into perspective. See, none of this matters if you don't know how to get the right people to notice. The biggest mistake I made as a copywriter was that I was invisible. I was the ghost. I was just the guy behind the Google Docs, writing copy, but not talking about my results, not showing up in the world. And this violated one of the wealth creation laws, according to Naval Ravikant, where he says that wealth goes to people who are willing to take risks in public and under their own name. And when you do that, society rewards you with responsibility and money. And this is true. If you look around, all the people that are making a lot of money online, they're taking risks publicly and under their own name. It is why the personal brand is so powerful. Because if you're not talking about the things you've done and the results that you are accomplishing, you will not have visibility. And when you don't have visibility, you're nothing but a walking risk to clients, which is why they will not give you money. And that's why the best copywriting and marketing deals usually go to the most experienced copywriters, because business owners do not want to take a risk on a beginner. So a good way for a beginner, which is something I didn't know back then, to actually mitigate the risk and make the business owner feels like taking the risk on your shoulders, is to have a simple guarantee. And it can be something as simple as the first project is on me, and if it doesn't work, I'll even send you $500 so you can go out to dinner. See, like that right there just communicated that I have confidence and that I will just not disappear with the money. It is far easier to close clients that way as a beginner than it is like, hey, just give me $5,000 a month. I don't have results. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I want you to give me $5,000 a month. You see how that doesn't make sense? And if you are intermediate, the best way is to start talking about the results in public, create sales asset, post content where your ideal target market is hanging out at. Like, show them that you are a professional, that you have the expertise required to get them results. Because, dude, at the top, these guys don't pay you to figure things out. They pay you to get results. So now this is the part where we talk about what skills I will get if I had to start all over in 2025. So what I'll tell myself is to hurry up, learn copy, and then move on to something else. And the reason is because companies don't value writing as much as you would think. They value the outcomes of what copy can do. However, if ChatGPT can do the job of a copywriter, write the words, they will not value you as much, and then you will be competing with a $20 a month membership, that's how much ChatGPT costs. Now, I'm not saying that every business owner out there will be in ChatGPT trying to prompt that thing out. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just giving you an idea of how commoditized just copywriting alone is. What you want to do is start skill stacking as fast as possible. So find a way to solve problems in a very unique way. One quick example for you is that companies usually hire me because my skill stack is very rare. I know how to write, so that's one. I understand sales funnels from a bird's eye view, so I understand what a funnel is, how they work, what goes where, so I know how to slice things up and how to get sales. 3, I can manage and lead people. And 4, I understand the visuals of video editing and ad creation, so video ad creation. And that right there is a very unique skill set that very few people have, which prevents me from having to compete with the sea of newbies joining the game. The reason why this skill set is important to this company and why I'm joining is because they want to go from spending $50,000 a day on ad spend to $260,000 a day. So for that gap to be filled, they need somebody with this very particular skill set. Now, the kind of clients that can hire me because of this skill set, they are very rare. However, those are the clients that I enjoy to work with. This is the thing that I don't see being talked about in the industry. Like, they just talk about, hey man, learn how to write and then just go and work with clients you hate. And at the beginning, it is sure, you're going to be doing a lot of that. I did that. My friends who are very successful copywriters, some millionaires, have done that as well. However, you can also have fun, and that's where skill stacking allows people to do. Because copywriting, I enjoy it. Marketing, I enjoy it. Leading people, I enjoy it, but that's not my passion. My passion is videos. I like to fly drones. I like to get into the video editing software and produce art, right? So now I can make money with my passions. But it would be very difficult to earn the kind of income that I can earn if I was just a video editor or just a copywriter. But you see how the other skills layer up on top of each other and allow me to embed myself in these companies and help them in a way that nobody else can do. So that is my encouragement to you. If you're new, intermediate, start layering up skills. What that can look like for you, it can be something like you understand copywriting, but you also can do email marketing. So the technology behind the email software. Or what about the media buying? So understanding data, how to get traffic, how to run ads on Facebook. And copywriting, that's a very valuable skill set. Or understanding visuals, how to design sales funnels, or understanding the production of YouTube funnels. So all those things will set you apart from the infinite amount of copy and paste copywriters that are coming out of the YouTube guru funnels. So now you might be wondering, how do I get the attention of these clients? And I'll tell you, it is not by cold DMs or cold emails. That rarely ever happens. As my friend and mentor Peter Liu likes to say, these deals are traded at the top, which means that to get the attention of clients like this, you have to infiltrate their inner circle, period. So think about it. If you wanted to catch fish, will you go to the lake or will you go to the parking lot at the fishing shop? You will go to the lake because there is where fish are. And if you wanted to catch a whale, you will go to the depths of the ocean. It's the same thing with landing copywriting clients. If you just join a copywriting mastermind or a job forum, what you're gonna be doing is just competing and networking with another 200 hungry and starving copywriters. However, if you instead are strategic and you're following, you're paying attention to what I'm saying, you will join a mastermind that teaches people how to do YouTube ads or Facebook ads or something like scaling a business. You'll meet a bunch of media buyers who have direct access to the clients that you want. And if you network with them, man, these guys will give you clients. This is how I land clients myself. Or the business owners themselves might be in there. And this will set you apart from most copywriters. They don't do this because they think they are exempt from doing the things that have been built in business for generations. Things like networking, showing their face, holding themselves to a high standard. Because dude, when you look around, the bar is set so low. The C-level copywriters, they operate like the cheeseburgers of McDonald's and Wendy's. It's so easy to blow them out of the water when you just behave slightly more professional than them. Wrap it all up, that was point 5, but I'll give you a bonus one. And what I'll tell myself to do differently if I had to start all over is have fun, man. Actually, once you make it, once you get clients, take advantage of the things that you get as a copywriter, like the freedom to travel, the freedom to take a break in the middle of the day and go to a coffee shop or go to a nice restaurant every once in a while. Dude, those things I wish I did more in this past 5 years because I just sat down and grind and wrote. And I feel like, yeah, sure, I made a lot of progress, but some of it, it was just busy work. If you are starting out right now, don't forget to have fun. Sure, it might look ugly and unorganized and all over the place, but dude, it looks like that for everybody else, man. All the success stories you see shared online or a podcast, hey man, I crushed it, I built XYZ businesses. When you zoom in, everything was a mess, but when you zoom out, all you can see is the W's, right? But it doesn't feel like that for you. So have fun and know that good things are coming your way. Now, I know that everything I said sounds like a lot of work, which is exactly why you're going to be set apart, because 99.9% of people watching this will not do anything and they will just continue to behave like the fast food of copywriting, but you won't, because nothing worthwhile building was ever easy. And I'd like to share one of the teachings of Jesus Christ with you. He said, "The way is broad that leads to destruction and many enter through it, but narrow is the gate that leads to life and a few will find it." The same thing with copywriting, my friends. Choose the narrow gate. That's it. Peace.